saying about the pushback, do you think MMT's connection with the Green New Deal could is the reason why there's like so much pushback, like, and you're seen as these like lefties, you know,
Hmm.
do you think that that connection could be the reason?
Yeah, definitely. It's a double-edged sword, right? Because MMTs existed much before the Green New Deal and what was never environmentally focused from the beginning, right? Their whole goal at the beginning was just describe the monetary system, right? And the environment was not really part of their core, mission, right? They weren't environmental activists, let's say. But the Green New Deal came along 2019, and AOC, in conjunction with releasing the Green New Deal, she was asked, how are you going to pay for it? And she had become recently familiar with MMT, and she mentioned that word, right? She mentioned the word MMT once, and it just kind of exploded in the mainstream media in the US and internationally around that time, beginning of 2019, which is also around the time I began shooting the film. But so it's very interesting that that's when they got, a lot more media attention and attraction. And so it's a double-edged sword in that way, right? Because they're trying to get out there, especially to the general public, but then they're kind of getting out there in a way that's always controversial, and because news, you need a hook, you need a provocative hook, that sort of thing. So there's controversy built in there in terms of how they were spreading, I think, awareness of MMT. But I think you're always going to struggle with that. Like, how do you get out a message that's a little bit provocative without causing some controversy, right? So I think the Green New Deal, it's just, they are definitely associated with it. A lot of their economists, care about the environment, and are focusing as well on showing, how you could resource something like the transition that's envisioned with the Green New Deal, which is a large transition of the economy with the goal to, tackle the climate crisis while providing and improving well-being, economic well-being for the majority of people, right? So like that's a big goal. I think that seems like it would be the goal of any economy, right? Is to, like, if we want to step back and say, what is the economy for? Like, why have we created this thing, right? It's not a force of nature if we go back to that premise. Um, we invented the economy to just decide, like, and it's a set of choices of how we produce and distribute the resources that a society needs to survive. And if we want to survive and thrive, then we might need to realize that we need to live on a livable planet, and we want to provide well-being. Like, maybe that should be just a pretty rational goal of any economy, of any society, through their organizational structures, however you want to call that. We call it government at the moment.